Hello everyone, and we are on day 3 of the self-love challenge. I'm Em, you know that. I'm doing the self-love work as well. And remember that this is a challenge. So just like if you see a yoga challenge come up that is a 5-day challenge or a month-long challenge, an action goes along with that. You are challenging yourself. So remember, I said this is not the go buy yourself a box of chocolates self-love challenge. This is the let's get in there. Let's really look at perhaps why you are not living a life of self-love and how you can. And for me, and like this is a thing, y'all. This goes back to the inner stuff. This is not about the outside perspective. This is not about seeking love from out there. That's what we've been doing. That's what's getting in the way. And it doesn't work because if love is not here, love cannot come from anywhere else. One, if we are believing that we're unworthy of love, we're not going to let love in. We're not going to let anyone love us. We're going to question every aspect of love every time. It'll keep us from taking care of ourselves. And like I said, this series ties into the Blue Independent series. So if you are constantly seeking love outside of yourself, which is a codependent behavior, if you are constantly wanting someone else to prove to you that you are worthy of love, that you're lovable, you're fighting a losing battle because it doesn't work that way. Because the adult you is not really the one who believes that you don't deserve love. Yes, that's an aspect of it, but this comes from something much deeper, something much older, and that is the younger aspects of you. If you didn't believe when you were younger that you were lovable or that you deserved love or were worthy of love, then your adult self can't. So that's why we have the self-love altar with the pictures of ourselves as children, because that's where this work really is. That's the ultimate self-love, is to go back to the younger you and love them in maybe the way that they didn't get when they were younger. Big in hell. This is deep work. This is deep, deep work. And it is a challenge. So your day 3 is to take one of your photos, and perhaps you do this with several of them, and get into a meditative space. I do encourage you to be in the mind, body, spirit space to do this work. So if you've got physical tension in your body, then perhaps you come in and have a yoga practice, or you work out, whatever you do to relieve that physical tension. Maybe it's a hot bath. And then you set up a space, and it doesn't have to be an elaborate altar, but maybe it's just you're sitting in a specific room, you've set boundaries with your family. Look, I'm taking this time for me, and I'm going to go in here for this amount of time. I ask that you don't disturb me and let me have this. And if you have children, then perhaps you're setting a time in a morning or at night when they're asleep so that you really have time to be with this. And of course, it doesn't all have to be done on day 3. The things that we're putting in place are things that you can continue to do. So be spirit-led, lead from your heart, get into a space of breathing, lead from your heart, invite to a photo that is the one for you to look at right now. You can do this again other times. So what that could look like is you come into your soft space, you allow some breath in and out. And then you choose a photo, and then sit with that photo. And what I'm encouraging you to do is picture gazing. So you hold the photo, and in my case it's smaller so I can hold it here in my hands, and you don't have to say anything. Just be with her for some time, breathing. And the longer you see her, and see her eye to eye, heart to heart, so it does need to be a picture where you can see her face. But be with her. Don't let your mind make judgments, and if it does, then just keep returning back to your breath. Set a timer, maybe. I like something called Bodhi timer, Bodhi. I don't know if it's for iPhone as well. I know it's on Android, so you'll have to look that up. It has I think it's a ginkgo leaf. That's the symbol for that app. It's not as jarring as your phone timer. And you can set it to where it sounds like Tibetan singing bowls, and it's a really lovely timer. I use it for meditation practice, for yoga practice, or for anything like this that I don't want to be jolted out of. So if you have a limited amount of time, then you can set a timer like that that's going to gently bring your attention back, and you can complete. But what I'm encouraging you to do is be with this little girl and see her eye to eye, heart to heart, and connect in a way that you feel what she felt at that age. And you let it all come up, and breathe with it, and know that whatever's coming up, it's over. It's in the past, it happened, but maybe she didn't feel it all then. And you're letting that come up and out now, and maybe nothing comes up for you. Maybe all you're doing is seeing her and being with her and gazing upon her with love. And you might even, when you go to complete with her, hold her to your heart and just be with her and love, and let her love you. Just that. And I get that just that is huge. It's huge. This is where Sarah might say that there will be snot bubble tears. And there might be. There might not be. But if you feel something, I do encourage you not to push it down and actually feel it. All right? Emotions flow. Let it flow through, and then you get to move on. And then you get to be in space just to be with this little girl, because she's you and you're her. So if you love her, just be with her. You're also loving you. And loving her helps you love you more now. Okay? Feel free to comment about how this was for you, or if it's a struggle, or if you're terrified to do it. We're here to support each other. I love you. You are worth doing this out of the comfort zone. I promise you are. Namaste.